Now that we've located all the calibration points, if we click on a cell here, you can see that for each different frame, the location here has been identified. And the next thing I'm going to do is actually calibrate the data, which means assigning a set of parameters that map a three-dimensional or a third-degree polynomial from the location of the eye gaze, the pupil here, to a location in this screen. So we're going to set this to third degree, and because I noticed the corneal reflection isn't that accurate in some of these, it seems to be lost in some of them, we're going to turn that off. And it turns out that you don't need the corneal reflection. In fact, the data will be cleaner unless you feel like the eye tracker has slipped on the head, in which case this red corneal reflection can actually serve as sort of a fiduciary point that will correct for that slippage. I think that in many practices it's better to turn off the corneal reflection and use drift correction to compensate for any kind of slips of the eye tracker gear. So now we'll press calibrate, and you can actually see this is doing quite a good job of accurately calibrating this subject. We've got the green points, which are hard to see because they're so well mapped onto the eye gaze. Those are the places we ask the subject to look, and the red dots or the red plus signs are the places the subject actually looked. This is our estimate of the projected gaze direction. So because there's such a tight correspondence between the two, we have high confidence that we're accurately tracking where the subject is looking. So I'm going to close this, and now if we actually go through and find different frames, we can actually see the projected estimated eye gaze location at each of our points. And so the subject's data is being tracked quite closely with these data. So now I'm going to actually export this movie. And so I'll go to Export Movies. And this particular data set was recorded at 60 Hertz, so I'm going to change this to 60 Hertz here. And let's do eye in the corner of the scene. And we can leave everything else the same. So I'll just test this movie here. It will create just the first 10 frames of the movie. And we'll open it up here. So this is a very brief movie, but it shows you what the ultimate movie will look like when we finally export it, showing the video from the scene camera with this estimated eye gaze location overlaid on top of it. So I'll go ahead and do that now because it will take a while, and then we'll see the results.